So, good afternoon. You always start every speech saying that it's an honor and a pleasure to be giving the speech. It's really an honor. I would like to thank again His Excellency, the Minister of Communications, Yasser Kady, who has found the time to be here on a Cabinet Day meeting, so thank you so much. And of course, I would like to thank the American Chamber of Commerce for organizing this amazing dinner with so many guests and so many friends here. And it's also a pleasure because, as it was said in the introduction, I've been following Egypt since 2003. I've been coming here earlier, but I've been following professionally Egypt since 2003. And it's a little bit like, I don't want to say babies, but like teenagers, when you see that they become grown-up adults and they become stronger and more intelligent and they do more things. So I have this relationship with Egypt, and I saw how much the company has developed in these years. I have to say also thanks to the good partnership with Telecom Egypt, at a certain point in time became our partner. And it's really heartening to see the good things that we do also beyond telecommunication in this country. And I will talk about some of them because I think that they are very important if you want to understand the future of what technology and telecommunications in particular can do in the world. So what I would like to do in the next 20 minutes is to talk about how technology can really help the society, especially in growing economies like here. I gave a speech in Barcelona at the Mobile World Congress, which is the big fair of our industry, which really tried to describe what you can call the digital society, or you can call the gigabit society. Today we measure speeds mostly in megabit per second, and we at Vodafone start provoking people and saying, why don't you talk about gigabit per second, because this is going to be the word of gigabits and the gigabit society. What is a gigabit society? What is a digital society? I think we all have heard a lot of words in the last 2 or 3 years, smart home, driverless cars, and ultra broadband, 4G, 5G, 4G plus, a lot of discussion about Internet of Things, objects connected and so on. And at the end of the day, all of these things go into one relatively simple but incredibly powerful concept. And the concept is a concept of speed of communication. It's a concept of reducing the latency of communication, so going down to what they call the tactile internet. They call it tactile because if I do this, the time it takes to go from my fingers to my brain is 1 millisecond. It takes 2 milliseconds from my feet because I'm tall, and so it's 2 meters, so it's 2 milliseconds. So it depends on how tall you are. But it becomes tactile because the reactions are as quick as the human reactions. And of course, this has a great power because you can start thinking about doing things remotely and or in an expert way together with very, very big processing power. And here is the third concept, which is cloud and cloudification and putting intelligence very far away, which thanks to this very short latency makes things possible. So this concept of a digital society, of course, requires density. So it's not just speed, it's not just short latency, it's not just strong processing power, but it's also dense. It has to be everywhere. It has to be here. It has to be on the Nile. It has to be at the airport. It has to be in the underground station. Once you start thinking about that, you say, well, we can really transform our societies. And when I say societies, I do it on purpose because it would be easy for me to talk about the business, the economy. I was this morning with His Excellency, the Prime Minister, and I was saying that my job is easy because I don't need to talk too much about the business. This is the job that my colleagues do in an amazingly good way. I really talk about the long-term impact on the society, and the society will be changed if we use well the power of technology.